Ray is the biggest player out there. I don't know why them white men would think that blind men can't get beats. Cause this one can. Ray the Charles can. Oh, my life, be waiting for you. No, how you do. Well, hello there, love bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and tip your favorite narrator via Cash App at $NAROB on YouTube. And if you are not already a part of this book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube, and for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes you, can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue reading Brother Ray by our guy, David Ritz. I started out in a flop house. That was some beginning, and I stayed there for as long as my bread held out. But when my money started getting funny, I had to find some place to live. Didn't even have $1 for a room. Luckily, I met a guitarist, Gossity McGee, who became a friend of mine. Gossity introduced me to two women, sisters, who lived together in a little stucco house at 813 Short Emory Avenue. Freddie, the older sister, was a teacher, and she was also Gossity's girlfriend. Her younger sister, Lydia, was a scatterbrain like me, young, silly, and crazy. I wonder, is that how everyone describes Libras? I dug them both, and Lydia and I became very good buddies. When the Simmons girls saw my plight, they invited me to live with them. Of course, I was delighted, and what made it even better was the piano sitting in their living room. Imagine a piano living under the same roof with me. Ain't ever happened to me before. This was a first. Freddie played some, but she also insisted that I use it whenever I wanted. You can't feature how happy that made me. That meant I could bang whenever I felt like it. As a teenager and even in my 20s, my voice was light. But during this period in Florida, I learned some of the tricks of working with a PA system. I could make my voice heavier. I could give it more resonance by turning on a little more button and tweaking up the treble end at the same time. That kept me sounding clear, but also deep. My voice never changed drastically. As I got older, it developed more resonance of its own. But I experienced no dramatic fluctuations, and I really never lost my old voice or gained a new one. The kid sound and the adult sound just blended together. Even today, my voice is hard to categorize. You can't call it a tenor because it ain't high enough. You can't call it a baritone because it ain't low enough. So we remember this in the movie because when the ladies, the Raylettes, pissed him off, he was like, you know what, I don't need you hussies. All I need is my piano, these little machines right here, and my dope. That's what I need. I ain't even trying to make fun, but that's all the movie depicted. I don't need you hussies. Get out. I ain't got to take no mess from you. Get out. Strangest job I had in Florida, and one of the nicest, was with an all-white country and western band. All white, that is, except me. They called themselves the Florida Playboys. Can you feature that? The Deep South, 1948, a black dude playing piano in a hillbilly band. Well, it happened, and I'm glad to say that it happened to me. So I'm noticing and reading this book. It's like musicians have their own type of language. Like, can you feature that? I'm like, is that the same thing as can you dig it? Or you know what I'm saying? Or that part, as they used to say. I think now the young people say type shit. I'm like, type shit? Why the hell do you keep saying that? You might think that by working in such a group, I'd encounter all kinds of nasty crap. Tomatoes being thrown at me, folks making fun of the blind ninja trying to play white music. But I'm here to tell you that it just ain't so. No one said a thing. I was accepted and applauded along with everyone else. I'm sure part of the reason was 'cause I could play the music right. I didn't give them anything to laugh at. They were being entertained, and I wasn't about to play any wrong notes. I could do country music with as much feeling as any other Southerner. And why not? I had been hearing it since I was a baby. But I also have another notion about why I was left alone. A lot of the black-white thing in the South was caused by white men worrying about black cats screwing with their women. Since I couldn't see, and since they saw I couldn't see, I wasn't much of a threat. In their minds, there was no way I could be checking over their little ladies. See, be checking over their little ladies. I would say stunting their girlfriends or worried about checking over. Like, it's funny to me because I've been wanting to mention it, but it's like, what is you talking about? What is this? But taking it back to that, Ray is the biggest player out there. I don't know why them white men would think that blind men can't get bitches. 'Cause this one can. Ray the Charles can. He can certainly get bitches. In his mind, some of the baddest. But like we learned along the way, some of them women that Ray Charles thought was bad was the worst. I was happy to let them think whatever they wanted. I was making a living playing music. Far as I was concerned, hillbilly music was fine. I enjoyed it. And after the gig, the guys went their way and I went mine. But that was no different from when I played with black bands. I found my way to and from the clubs by myself. I was a loner. I knew about the segregation in those years, but it still didn't weigh on my mind. About the time I was playing hot hillbilly piano, I recorded my first tunes, though at the time I just considered it fooling around. I had written a song. Hell, I can't even say that. I didn't consider it a composition, just a blues I made up. Called it Found My Baby. There. It was a nasty little number, and that day we worked it out along with a couple of other songs with the recorder going. The sound quality was so bad it sounded like we were all locked away in a closet. Funny thing about that song, after the first chorus, I took a solo on the piano and accompanied myself vocally. Remember, he don't need you hoes. He can do everything by himself. He don't need you bitches. You want to act crazy? Go over there and act crazy. I don't need you, ho. He was an old independent woman. I hummed the actual notes. I played on the piano and worked a unison duet with myself. I had never heard anyone do this before. And to tell the truth, I'm not sure what gave me the idea. Might have been listening to T-Bone Walker, the blues singer. He was able to get a sound out of his electric guitar, bending and extending the notes, which always fractured me. Fractured you? Baby, we needed an interpreter for this. Fractured you. Okay, does that mean wore you out? That okay. Fractured you. Tampa really became my stomping grounds. I was feeling full grown, making a small amount of change, and working halfway decent clubs. Even bought myself a pair of dark glasses, my first. They were just regular glasses. My friends had been telling me that my eyes didn't look good. Lots of times they were tearing and caked with matter. Do I remember in the movie where he took the glasses off and everybody was like, put them motherfuckers back on, please? I got some dark glasses and I've been wearing them ever since. My wardrobe wasn't much. It consisted mainly of my work clothes: black suit, white shirt, black tie, black shoes, and black socks. You might have taken me for an undertaker. But drab clothes aside, I was chipper most of the time, and during the day I wandered around Tampa by myself. There was a cab stand near the Simmons house, and I often went over there to bullsnit with the boys, listening to their tales of fast moving women. Talking about women, I met a few of my own. A girl named Marion became close friends with me. She and I courted each other for a while, though we never got into bed. And it was over Marion's house one Sunday night that I met the girl who would become my first, sure enough, sweetheart, Louise. Something happened when Louise and I met. The chemistry began popping and it started a long chapter in my life. Let me tell you what I learned. And I've been saying myself, but a person broke it down cleverly on the Instagram. When you meet a man and he is madly in love with a woman, and you look at that woman and you say, ugh, she's not attractive, she doesn't dress nice, she doesn't have a good job. When you compare the woman to yourself, you don't even understand what he is doing with you. If you like that right there, why are you with me? And in some ways, it's insulting to you. Why am I even competing with that? I don't even understand why. Child, if you competing with that, you need to leave him or her. This is a free world. You need to leave him or her alone to be with each other. Okay? Because it's not about the way you look, your materialism, the job you have. It's none of that. It's something in her. It could be the smallest thing, and sometimes it's not really about physicality. It's about how she touched his shoulder in one moment where he was crying. I've told you all before, men don't marry because of love. They marry because of timing. A lot of times men really don't marry the woman that they truly love. And it can be the smallest thing that makes a man fall in love. The smallest thing. And he will ride it to the ends of this earth with that woman. It could be because she has his child. Now, she might spend up all his money, sleep with all his uncles, be out there smoking the quackers. But it doesn't matter. She has his child. Now, I ain't saying that happen all the time, but I'm saying if that man only has one child and she got it, although she got 17 other children, he gonna love her forever. And it ain't shit you can do. Oh, he'll spend all your money up, okay? He'll run through your purse, but he's still gonna love her, okay? And that was and is the kind of love that Ray Charles described about him and Louise. He cheated on that lady. He was proud to say he only ran through about 3, but he loved that lady. Now, Marion was a popular girl. She had a nice house. Her people had some bread and lots of kids used to congregate over there. For me, The central attraction was the piano in the living room. I was probably playing drifting blues on that piano when I met Louise. I remember I liked the sound of her voice immediately. It was sweet and soothing. She was about my age, 17, weighed maybe 110, was 5'3", and had quite an enticing figure. We got tight right away. Something clicked. I could see Louise understand that I didn't want anyone to mother me or lead me around. And that may be the something that all the other girls didn't have. Louise was able to see, this man, he's an independent man. She was like, I'm allow him to be that. Where you got other women, baby, you want some cookies? Oh, baby, you want me to cut up your steak? He don't want that. She liked good loving as much as I did. That was always the best part. So we became serious and hung out together nearly every day. We fell in love. I wanted her to live with me. I wanted her to cook food for me. I wanted her to be my woman. And I could see no reason in the world why we shouldn't set up a house together. See, Louise had that ass. Louise's family ain't fuck with his ass. Leave that blind boy in the alley where you found him. Her family kept its evil eye aimed our way. And soon we decided to do something crazy. We were tired of being watched. Tired of being bitched at. I had saved money from when I was with the Playboys, so we made up our minds. We decided to run off to Miami. That would show them.